Hey there, Aries. How's it going? Welcome to your week of March 21st, 2022 tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your 7-day forecast. Oh, we got some cards flipping and shucking and jiving here. But we're going to be looking at your 7-day forecast here, hitting you up with some clarifiers and an oracle message at the end. So let's see what we got for you here. All right, we got the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Star, and the Three of Pentacles. So, here we are. Quite a bit of finance and money and material things in your week ahead, it seems, here, especially with that Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, because they both sort of represent new beginnings here in different ways. With the Page, it's a little more of a new beginning in your sort of your thoughts, like so that's sort of you, right? And it's nice that kind of starts off the week. It's sort of like you have this idea of building something towards the future here, and with the Ace in your hands, it's kind of like learning about it here. And with the Ace going forward and moving ahead, it's kind of saying that we're moving forward into some challenges and into some challenges ahead, because you can see with the mountains here through the hedge, through the archway here, it's sort of to say that there are going to be challenges in your future, but you're planning as best you can for them to overcome them here, because ultimately your end goal is something really beautiful here at the end of things. You're really aiming for something of real value, of real worth here in your future. Generally, it's going to be something, material, whether it be money, of material things around your home or in your life. But it can also be just things you put value on. Pentacles can also represent, like, what do you put the value on, right? You may not value something the same way someone else values something, right? You may have different, what would you attach that value to that? So very interesting here. With the King of Swords moving forward, you might be dealing with an air sign this week. So that could be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Especially could be an Aquarius, because we have the Star here, which is their card, which we'll get to here a little later on. But the King of Swords really tells us to really look at things in an honest way, like in a very matter-of-fact fashion here. So that you could be dealing with someone this week. You could be introduced to someone like that. Could be an Aries as well, because the Emperor is all of the kings put together make the Emperor, and you also have the Emperor in your reading. So you could be dealing with an Aries as well this week, on top of maybe one of those air signs. But it could just be saying that if you're not dealing with that kind of person, just what may help you this week, very muchly so, would be focusing down here in your future as like on the matter of factness, not looking at things in a way of like attaching like emotions to it and such, right? It's good to have emotional value on things, but I feel like with this King of Swords, what he's really trying to point to you is kind of like, what is the base value of the kind of like, let's not attach like emotional value to something like we have here with all these pentacles. Like, don't attach an emotional value. What is the base like monetary value, or the whatever that might be, right? So I feel like that's going to be a very important thing for you to like kind of detach the kind of like the bias from something here, I feel. With the Four of Pentacles as well here in your reading here, Four of Pentacles really telling us that we're looking towards your future is kind of this week kind of being really focusing down on like doing things the safe way, right? He's not exactly safe here on those pentacles, standing on them as he is, but he is making sure they're not going anywhere, right? He's making sure the things that he's worked hard to get to, the things he's worked hard on to achieve. Got the hiccups here all of a sudden. But the things he's worked hard to achieve, the things he's worked hard to obtain, is like they're not going anywhere, right? He's not making any crazy risks or anything, right? It's something like if you got like a big bonus or something at work, it's like not going around and churning right back around and throwing that money away on like a big risky venture. The Four of Pentacles is going to tell you not to do that, because that's too risky, not to take that kind of chance. So I feel like, again, like we're looking at a very matter-of-fact way, again, with that King of Swords, just looking at it as like, that seems really risky, really shouldn't do that, because the risk seems to outweigh the reward. So I like that as well. Moving on, we have the Emperor, the Star, and the Three of Pentacles here on your bottom row. The Emperor really telling us that you're bossing up this week. That's going to be something very advantageous for you to take that kind of responsibility, that kind of mature mentality with the Emperor. That's going to help you out a ton. Again, you could be dealing with an Aries as well, as that is their card. If you have Aries in your chart, that means you're coming in a strong way when you come up through your own reading like that. And it's, well, Aries, geez Louise, jumping Jehoshaphat. I tell you, my head, I'd lose it if it wasn't attached to me. You're Aries, so the Emperor, that means you're coming in a very strong way. But with the star here as well, Aquarius' card, that could be an extra little bonus for you if you're coming in as that as well. Oh my lord. Lose my head if it wasn't attached. But here we are with the Emperor. That's you coming in a strong way. But the Emperor is also very mature, saying you're ready for anything, Aries. I just feel like this week is going to be really important for that, for you really focusing down on being mature and being responsible. I feel like that's going to help you out a lot. Again, that Four of Pentacles wants you to be responsible with those things in your life that you're working hard to achieve. Like, be responsible with them. Don't take risk. The Star is saying this is ultimately all working towards your wishes, your goals here in the future, which I think is really beautiful. And with the Three of Pentacles as well. The Three of Pentacles saying, like, you're working towards something of real quality and real worth here. And you're willing to work with others if you have to. Like, or it doesn't necessarily mean, like, you're going to sit here and you can't do this on your own. But the Three of Pentacles is saying that maybe perhaps some help would speed things along for you here, as well as improve the quality, because it might be saying it's just taking a little bit of the stress or a little bit of the work off of your shoulders, putting on someone else's to really help you out here. So we'll look at the bottom of the deck what your challenge is going to be for the week, and then we'll get into some clarifiers and an oracle card for you, Aries, here. So let's see what we got for you, Aries. On the bottom of the deck, we got the Five of Cups here as your challenge card. The Five of Cups is telling us that just really need to focus on the good and the positive, right? This person sort of is seeing these three cups and feeling like, oh God, I'm worthless, right? Because you can see there's no reflection in the mirror. It's kind of like they don't see there's any value here because there's been a mistake. And, as a person myself, I've struggled with a lot of confidence issues my life. And that's probably something that's never going to go away. But really with this Five of Cups, that can be really telling, because it can say, like, you feel like you're worthless because you made a mistake. There was an instant these cups got all knocked over, but there's still cups left. Hope is still there. Like, you can still keep going, and that's something like I said, I've struggled with my whole life with confidence and stuff. Is like, just because you make a mistake doesn't mean like everything, the world's ending. Like, the sky's not falling. It feels that way, certainly in the moment, but ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, the matter-of-fact way this King of Swords has been telling us is like, that really doesn't matter. Like, you made like a little bit of a mistake, but so that's going to be the key, I feel like, for you this week. The challenge to overcome is like, don't let your mistakes kind of overdo it, right? Don't let them kind of become molehills that become mountains, right? Because there's still hope here. There's still a way to get to where you want to be in that castle in the future. So let's look at some clarifiers for all this. And then we'll tie this all off with the oracle card. Hope this is resonating with you and helping you out. If it is, you always hit that like button. Helps out the channel a ton. And you can subscribe too as well if you really like what I do here. So let's see what we got. They got the Star again. The Star card again. What else do we got? The Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Down here on your bottom row. Oh, we'll take... Oh no, it's too many. It's too many cards. What do we got, though? We got the Knight of Swords and the Four of Cups. Lots of cups here, too. Yeah, I feel like we were talking about earlier. Where I was saying, like, you're attaching too much emotion to the value of things here. And I feel like that's definitely here with all these cups. The 8, 9, and the 4 here, for sure. There's definitely, like, there's a conflict of interest here between value and emotion, right? Like, it's kind of, like, again, I feel like you're just attaching too much value emotionally to things where you shouldn't be, right? Like I say, with mistakes, right? Like with things like potentially messing something up here with this Five of Cups. Like, I just feel like you're kind of maybe a little too motivated, not motivated, but a little too quick to go like, hey, like, I made this mistake. Oh, I messed everything up. It's worthless. I'm a failure, that kind of stuff. Maybe you don't take it that far, but I certainly have in the past. But it just, you know, it feels here like you need to really focus down on like not letting those emotions get the better of you, because we got here with the Eight of Cups is this walking away. I feel like you need to walk away from something here. With that King of Swords, it kind of bridging the gap here between the King of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like you need to walk away from that, from this too much attachment to that mindset, right? The King of Swords is saying like, let's look at this as a matter of fact way, and the Four of Pentacles is like, let's be safe, right? It's very dangerous to get into that negative emotion, that negative feedback loop, right? Where you have that kind of instance of being like, oh, you know, like I did this wrong, I messed up, you know, everyone's gonna like hate me for it or something, right? Like, I've been there before. You need to walk away from that kind of attitude, because I feel like this walking away needs to happen in order for this Nine of Cups here, the satisfaction, this fulfillment to continue on. Like that's in the way. You need to walk away from here, right? You're starting off in the beginning here with the Star, with the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Like there's a beginning for this wish you want to achieve. Like there's something really beautiful here you can achieve if you're willing to put your mind to it, but you need to walk away from that negative mindset, I feel. And coming down around here with the Emperor and the Star being bridged by the Knight of Swords, like I feel like once you mature, you get more responsible. Like the Emperor is mature. He doesn't let this kind of an attitude affect him. He's like, that happened, mistakes were made, things happen, but we got to move on. Like I'm too responsible, I'm too mature to let that kind of weigh me down, right? That's you, Aries. You got to be like that. You got to live up to your Emperor namesake, and don't worry about gender or anything. But I feel like once you do that, you're going to be very quickly moving on to the Star here. Your wish is coming true, which is also leading to the Four of Cups, bridging the Star and the Three of Pentacles here, which is really telling us that your sort of things, your future you're thinking about, there's going to be gifts offered up to you here with the Four of Cups, right? That hand is offering up a cup to this person, you. You're going to be offered gifts from the divine, right? This hand's coming out of thin air, out of clouds, right? Clouds representing heaven and such. It feels as though you're being offered a gift from up above, from, you know, the universe, whatever you have, in form of like quality work, in form of help. If you're willing to, you know, move on and be mature and get into the right positive mindset here. So let's wrap this all up with an oracle message for you here, Aries. See what we got for you. I hope this has been helping you out. Hope this has been resonating with you. And let's take a look and see what we got for you here. We got the Go the Distance card, number 47. Let's take a look at your message here. All right. Here we go. Go the distance. To bring your dream to life, you must think long-term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunity, so there's no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energies of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. And I think that's really beautiful because, like I say, you gotta get in the energy of yourself, right? This negativity, this kind of feeling like, you know, you've messed up, like mistakes can never be taken back or can never be repaired. That's negativity. That's not you. That's the bad stuff. That's outside influences coming in trying to affect you. But you have the endurance to go the distance. So I hope that helped you. I hope that resonated, Aries, and I will see you next time.